thank you to the EBF for having us here. It's really nice to just hear from others what other projects are happening around financial education, and I'm so happy to be here and just be able to present this. Is this the one? Yes. In Aflatoun, we believe that access to meaningful education should be an opportunity available to all children and young people all over the world. Achieving the SDG number 4, quality education, remains a global challenge for everyone, despite the progress that we have made. I want to take a couple of minutes just to explain to everyone how Aflatoun works. As Raymond mentioned, we are an international NGO that offer life skills and financial education programs to other organizations to implement the program. So basically what we do is we develop all the materials that other organizations will use to reach children. We have 4 core programs: Aflatoun, Aflatoun, Aflateen, and Aflayouth. So we go from 3 years to 25 years old. So we have a wide range of target markets there. All the programs are learner-centered, active learning, and teaching-inclusive methodologies. I know those are a lot of words together. But what we're trying to do is to put the student or just the participant at the center of their own education. We have been complaining for these 13 years that we have been in the market that education should be more active. I think that we are past the era when you just were listening to your professor, but not really participating in your own education. So we believe that that needs to stop. And at the same time, teaching inclusive education, it's just because the program that I'm about to present is looking at financial education and life skills through a gender lens. And I will explain a little bit on that later on. How we are doing this? Well, we are working with over 200 organizations and 36 governments in 102 countries. I know that it sounds a lot, but we're managing just fine. And we're reaching 5.4 million participants with the programs. Now, I just want to ask 3 questions. How many of you were saving money when you were children? How many of you are saving money now? How many of you think that only women can be part of a girls' empowerment movement? Great, thank you. I wanted to see that. Because we believe that girls' education should be an end at itself, but it is not. It can also be a huge means for poverty reduction, gender equality, women empowerment, increasing awareness of human rights, and even slowing and reversing the spread of HIV. It has crucial implications for female economic independence, delayed marriage, and family planning. The need to address gender imbalances, particularly regarding education and economic opportunities, remains a challenge for everyone in this room. It doesn't matter where you look or where you come from. Women, and young women especially, are still suffering, are still struggling to be someone in this world. Aflatoun Plus, the new Aflatoun program, takes young women and young men on a journey of learning and growth, helping them to fulfill their potential, to develop their skills, to become change makers in their own communities. Because we believe that challenging restrictive gender norms and making their own choices about their bodies, their health, and their lives is the only way that we can work together. The curriculum consists of 48 flexible 2-hour sessions that can be adapted and integrated into other programs. It uses an active learning methodology, as I mentioned before, to engage all participants and encourages educators and all out-of-the-school facilitators to introduce life skills and financial education through learner-centered methodologies. Both paths are central of quality education. So what we're trying to do with this program, we're trying to influence the educational attitudes and choices of young women and young men. We want to influence sexual and reproductive health and family planning initiatives. We're trying to enhance the decisions on marriage and career for young women and young men. Entrepreneurial success, challenge traditional gender roles, economic empowerment for young women and young men, exercise their citizenship rights and awareness of human rights. And I'm always mentioning young women and young men because we believe that we cannot try to be inclusive by being exclusive. We need to work all together if we really want to achieve gender equality. Aflatoun pilot started earlier this year. These are the countries that are participating and will run until late 2020. It is expected to reach 200,000 participants, but we're looking for more organizations that want to join this movement. So we know that financial education is not the panacea to the world's problems, but we know that it's an enabler and a contributor for us to enhance the lives of millions that are still struggling with their lives. I'm also not going to say that Aflatoon's programs are the best, because clearly we have seen amazing initiatives here today. What I want to say is that for anyone that wants to join this movement, for anyone that wants to have access to these programs, we're open to share and we are open to learn from others. Thank you.